Good morning, everyone. It's your girl Bree. Spirit woke me up at 3:33 a.m. this morning with a message. Stop playing victim to the circumstances and problem that you created. Take accountability on what you did, what you said. Stand in your truth and speak your truth, but own up to your part in what you did. Stop playing like you had no part in it, like it was all the other person doing. It was all that person. Because no, you did a lot too, and you have to own up to your stuff. A lot of people like to play victim and play the victim well, instead of being man or woman enough, girl or boy enough to say, hey, you know what? I did do that. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Instead, they want to, you did this and you did that, but forget about what they done. Stop playing victim. Stop. Just stop. Stop and just tell the truth. Speak your truth on what you did and how you did it. It literally makes no sense for grown humans to not want to take accountability for the things that they have done, the things that they have said in secret. They don't want to take accountability for that. Then when they're asked about it, they say no. Then when spirit forces them to come and tell the truth, they want to be shamed. But you wasn't shamed when you were doing all kind of things. You wasn't shamed when you were saying all kind of lies. You wasn't shamed about any of that. So now you got to be shamed because spirit is forcing you. You're not man or woman enough. You're a little boy and a little girl to come and speak your truth and say your truth. You have to. Man, you have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done that. At the time, I made the emotional and rational decision. It's okay. Sometimes we make emotional and rational decisions, but speak your truth at all times. Spirit shouldn't have to force anyone to do anything. He shouldn't have to do that, but when you're dealing with a little boy and a little girl, that's what happens. A grown-up take accountability for what they have done, what they have said about anyone or about a situation, because sometimes people just be putting their mouth on things that they know nothing about. One rumor gets started and they spread the rumor over and over, and the rumor is nowhere truth. There's no truth to none of that, but they still go on with it. They create a rumor themselves and they know it's not true, but they still go on with that rumor till it escalates and it become bigger and bigger and bigger. And they be like, so I don't care. I was mad. Oh well, I said it. Oh well, I don't care. Trying to attack someone else's character and just lie. Take accountability for your actions. Take accountability for what you did. Take accountability for what you said. Stop doing defamation of character on someone. Stop doing all that, because in the end, when your stuff be exposed, then you were talking about somebody, 9 out of 10, that person is not going to be laughing at you when stuff come out about you. That person is going to know how you felt, because that's how that person felt when you were lying on that person. But your truths are coming out, and you're going to be embarrassed, and you're going to be shamed, and you're going to be humiliated in the community. And you're going to be humiliated on YouTube. You're going to be humiliated on social media by the things that you have said and the things that you did. You're going to be humiliated, all because of your lies and your ranting that you started. And now you can't take accountability to what you did. And now you're asking yourself, why this and why that happened? It's happening because you created a karma for yourself. You created karma by telling those lies, instead of when you had the chance to tell the truth, you refused to tell the truth because you were jealous and envious of someone else. And now you're having all this problems going on in your life, and you still, again, you're not taking accountability. You blaming someone else for it, and it's not no one else's fault. It's your fault. You still choose, excuse me, you guys, you still choose to blame someone else for your mistakes, for your wrongdoings. No, take accountability for what you have done, why you have done it. Sit back and analyze the whole situation about why did you do that? Why did you feel that it was necessary to do that? Why did you feel that it was okay to do that? You have to look at it at all areas of your life and take accountability. That's the number one thing. Take accountability. You're not a victim. Stop playing a victim. Whoa, it's me that's hurt. Whoa, it's me. No, it's not. It's not. You have done stuff and said stuff to hurt other people, but now that the tables have turned, now that karma has came your way, now you're saying, oh, it's me, I'm the victim, they did this and they did that, they said this and said that. But take accountability for what you have said about that person, because that you have said lies, but the person speaks facts about you. And you are upset that the person is speaking facts about you. Take accountability for what you have done. It's just plain and simple. Take accountability. You dug a ditch, but see what you forgot to dig your own ditch, that you was going to sink in that ditch faster than someone else. Take accountability. Pray, ask God to forgive yourself. You forgive yourself, and then ask God to lay it on that person's heart to forgive you also. Because what you did was wrong, and you had no grounds. You really had no case to even do it. You just was building false cases. You built a false case and you ran with it. In your mind, something was done to you. When in actuality, nothing was done to you. You just want to play the victim and create drama, create chaos, gang stalk, slander someone else's name. And now you're the victim. Make it make sense, because it's not making any. And now you're the victim. That's too much for a real one. Like, we ain't doing that. That's not what we doing. That is not what we doing. Especially not as a grown woman and a grown man. We're not doing those things. We're not playing those games. We're not doing any of that. We are owning what we did, what we said, when we did it, and why we did it. We're owning up to our stuff. Owning up. Speaking our truth and standing in our truth at all given times. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I said it. And what? What's next? Nothing. Okay. But no, you want to play victim. Victim to a circumstance and situation that you have created. Stop playing victim. Own what you done. Stand on what you done. You done it, you said it with no regrets. Stand on it. Stop playing victim. Stop gang stalking. Stop lying. Stop watching. Stop discussing people that you don't fool with. If you don't fool with someone, don't discuss them. Their name should not be on your lips at all. Stop walking by. Stop sending people to see what that person said. If you don't fool with someone, you don't fool with them, period. There's a lot of people in this earth that do not fool with people and could care less what these people have going on. But the ones who do is not taking accountability for, yeah, I'm watching them. Yeah, I'm speaking on their name. Yeah, I'm doing all that. Take accountability for what you have, what you do. Take accountability of the jealousy that you have in your heart. Take accountability of the malice that you have in your heart. Take accountability of the hatred that you have in your heart. Don't fake it till you make it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you cry wolf so much tell when something's really gonna be wrong, nobody's gonna believe you because of the stuff, the antics, the ranting, all that you have done and you have said. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. 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 Stop playing victim to things that you created. You open that door, and now you wishing that the door would close. You should have never did that. In Ecclesiastics, it says it's a time for everything. A time to sow, a time to reap. A time to plant, a time to pluck. So you did that. You sowed them seeds of lies. You sowed them seeds of slander. You sowed the seeds of humiliation. You sowed the seeds of trying to shame. You sowed the seeds of bringing up someone's past. You showed all that. And now that's coming back to haunt you because all your stuff is coming out. All your past is coming out. All your hidden secrets is coming out. And now you can't take it. But when it was done to someone else, they stood on 10 and took everything that was done to them. They didn't retaliate. They didn't say nothing. They just walked with their head held high because they knew it was lies. But now you can't handle that pressure. You can't handle the pressure of the things that you said. You're going insane in the membrane because of the stuff that's being said. Because of the truth. That's the crazy thing about it. You're going insane in the membrane because of the truth. But when you're lying and saying stuff about other people, you was laughing. It was funny. Kiki with your friends. You were laughing and kikiing with your friends. Now you're playing victim. No, baby, we ain't playing no victim. No, we're not playing no victim. Take accountability for what you do and what you say. Take accountability. Take accountability. Take accountability. And the world would be a better place if we all took accountability for what we did and what we said. That's all. Take accountability. Like I said in my previous readings, you have to learn of how to pick and choose your battles. You have to learn whose you are and who you are. You have to learn that every battle is not yours. You have to learn when to speak and when to be quiet. You have to learn to humble yourself. But most of all, you have to learn to always, always, always stand in your truth. Stand in your truth all the time. Stand in it. No matter what. Stand in your truth. You have to. That's a lot of things that should be taught growing up, to tell the truth. Instead of lies. Lies ruin relationships. It ruins friendships. It ruins a lot. That's why I just rather tell the truth and lay it all out on the table, because when someone find out about it, then you're looking stupid. You're looking dumb. Like, man, you didn't turn other people against someone because they thought that they could trust you in your judgment. They didn't even follow their own intuition and do their own research. They just went with what you said. Now, those people, too, also have to come and apologize to that person because they listened to you instead of listening to their own mind. But you was a master manipulator, and you manipulated people to do and say what you wanted them to do and say. And you did not follow your own mind. And now you have a whole bunch of people caught up in a whole bunch of stuff, reaping karma because they didn't follow their own mind. And then you play, oh, well, I didn't know. Then you playing the victim like you didn't know, but the whole time you did know. And now they're upset. They humiliated. They embarrassed. They shamed. They're just troubled in their spirit because of the things that you have said, and they have participated with you. They participated with you because they thought that they could trust you. They didn't know you was a sly fox. They didn't know that. But now that they're figuring it out, you still playing the victim. and not taking accountability for what you have done. Why? Why? What is going on? Why you can't be a woman or man enough to admit that you told lies? Why you can't be a man and a woman enough to admit that you spreaded false, untrue rumors on someone? Stop playing victim to the circumstances and situation that you have created. You have put yourself in a water full of sharks, knowing you couldn't swim. Knowing you couldn't swim or survive. Stay on the sidewalks, because the streets ain't safe, baby. Stay on the sidewalk, because the streets ain't safe, whatever. You have to know how to play in these streets. And if you don't know how to play in these streets, don't come in these streets. Period. Don't come in these streets. See, because this street stuff, this ain't nothing that you see on TV and you take bits and pieces and try to create a life. This something where you had to live this. You had to live this to be able to walk in this, to witness it. You had to really live this street stuff. Just stay on the taller side of the playground, right? Because you're not ready for the yard. You're not ready for the yard. Because on the yard, man, anything liable to happen on the yard. Anything liable to happen at any given time. And you got to stand in your truth. You heard? You got to stand in your truth. If they come with you with something on the yard, man, you can't back up like no crawfish. You got to stand right there and say what you did. You can't do none of that. That's not what we doing. Standing your truth at all given times. Once again, forgive yourself. Ask God for forgiveness, and ask God to lay on that person's heart to forgive you. No matter what, I know you probably don't want to go to the person and ask for forgiveness, but that's what the forgiveness is not for. That person. Forgiveness is for you, to not hinder your own blessings and hinder your own things, because you made your bed. Now you got to pay. You got to pay to the Lord, and you have to pay to the devil. Ooh, Jesus. Gots to be more careful. Gots to be more careful. Man. Some people is some bad actors. Lord, they some bad actors. Because you act out to get someone else out of that character, and then when that person does not take the bait, you're dumb. You're looking dumb. You're looking stupid out here in these streets. But you shouldn't be in the streets anyway. You should be be a civilian and walk on the sidewalk, because the streets ain't in you. It's a code that you live by on the streets, and apparently you ain't got that code, because if you had that code, you wouldn't been out here lying on nobody, trying to mess up nobody's name. Because see, my favorite saying is always make sure your audio match your video. If you say you're living like something, live like it. Don't front and stunt. Have yourself out here looking like a plumb fool. You hear me? Because you trying to be something that you're not. Trying to throw somebody else under the bus. Just don't know that person driving the bus. You hear me? And they got the steering wheel all in your back. You don't know it. Because that person is not retaliating the way you want them to retaliate. That person is not speaking up the way you want them to speak up. So you feel like that person is a pushover, because that person is just being quiet and humbling himself. That person is not a pushover. That person knows, though. That person knows when to speak and without to speak, because that person can get out their body. They just choose not to get out their body. That person has responsibilities. That person is not a little girl anymore, or a little boy. That person is a grown man or woman. I have to learn to stop and take accountability for what you done. Excuse me. For what you done, for what you have said about someone. Take accountability. Right your wrongs. Right your wrongs. In the Bible it says to go to your brother in forgiveness and make sure you bring a witness with you when you speak to someone about something that you have done. He says in the Bible that we have to forgive 70 times 7. So take accountability for what you've done. Stop playing victim to circumstances and situations you created, and clean up the mess that you have created. Once a lie has been out there, that's that. That people will ever have that perception of that person. Never met that person a day in their life, never been around that person a day in their life, but will still have a perception of them by what someone else has said. But if they would get to know that person for their self, it would be totally different. But that's something I'm working on within my own self, because a person like me, if I knew that you said something about me or entertained some foolishness like me, I don't want to fool with you. I don't fool with people anyway like that anyway. My rectangle is, me and my children. You have to learn that. You have to learn to stand your truth and speak your truth, and stop putting your mouth on people that you don't know, because you don't know what nobody going on. You might see my glory, but I promise you don't know my story. You have to stop that. Stop playing victim to circumstances that you created. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, because I have to come back on later, and I will be talking about being a parent. We're going to talk about children later on in my next video that I'm going to play after I feed my children, get them ready for school, and to get them off to school. And me and my baby is I'm gonna come back and do a video. Don't know what time that's gonna be, but I hope and pray that each and every one of y'all have a blessed day. Miracles and blessings to you all. I pray for traveling grace as y'all go to and from home, to work, school, jobs, or wherever y'all have to go today. I pray all your needs be met today. I pray God lead and guide you on the path that you should go. And I also pray that you forgive yourself for any and everything that you have did, said about anyone. Take accountability for your actions. Be blessed.